himself. How long have you been skating? So we have it right here that he's been skating 15 years, but also to test his integrity. Is he going to be honest? He's been skating for 15 years, or is he going to tell us that he's only been skating for 5 years? If we see some type of discrepancy, then we're really going to wonder: is it even the right type of guy to hire for this, or should we keep looking down the list? Let's say Steven tells us that he, in fact, indeed has been skating for 15 years. We're going to also ask Steven, what exactly it's his skill level, because some people can skate for 15 years and they're still intermediate. What type of people can you teach? And we compare that obviously to the person we're looking for the lessons for. Are they a beginner? Are they an intermediate? If the person who we're looking for a lesson for is an advanced skater and the instructor is an idiot, well then it's not going to work out. So some of the things we would, if we had any discrepancy or were really curious about, his actual ability to teach the instructor, a good idea would be to ask Steven for some video footage. So we'd ask Steven. Generally, most of these skateboarders do have video footage. It's very common to make films, and most of them have footage on YouTube. So you could ask Steven, well, do you have any footage on YouTube that I can look up? If I Googled your name, would I find your information? They'll usually tell you to Google a certain video or a friend's name, and you'll find information there. Okay, and then after you've qualified Steven, that he has the experience, qualify him to. Is he actually someone who could give a lesson? Is he someone who would be professional? Is he outgoing? Is he someone that's going to keep students enticed in the lesson? Are students going to have fun with this guy, or is he just some deadbeat guy? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, is he expressing any enthusiasm in doing these lessons, or is he just like, yeah, okay, I'll do the lesson? You really want to find people who bring that enthusiasm with them to the lesson, because that's what's going to set Go Skate apart from any type of competitors that come along the way. We always want to be the best. We want to be number one. The way to say that is professional, and to have everyone representation be very enthusiastic and be the absolute, put a lot of energy into it, a lot of positive, a lot of fun energy into this, and that's what's really going to bring people back. If they do one lesson and they love the instructor, they're going to come back again. So, finding that out that they're actually qualified, finding out they're actually qualified to give lessons. Look for their personality. Look, are they outgoing? Are they speaking a lot? Because, to be honest with you, I really honestly believe that in order to really describe skateboarding and to train someone doing it, you have to be good at talking. You have to be good at really teaching people and explaining things to them of how things work, how things on the skateboard work. So you can even ask them, Steven, how would you know how to ollie? How would you teach someone how to ollie? How would you teach someone, an ollie is one of the basic skateboarding tricks. And to be honest with you, you don't even need to know what an ollie is in order to ask that to an instructor. The instructor will 99.9% of the time know what an ollie is. Ask the instructor how he would teach someone how to ollie. If he just says, well, you put your foot here and you kick up, and that's not a good description. But if he goes into this long, very detailed description of, for example, you place your back foot at a 45-degree angle, and you place your front foot at a 90-degree, and you press down just until the board makes a very small pop sound, and I hold and he says that I'll hold the person's hands as they're doing it, and I'll first start them in the grass, and then I work them through this process, and he tells you that he's doing it to his friends, and that he's taught his sister how to do it too. I mean, that right there sounds great. That sounds phenomenal. That's exactly what we want. We want someone who's going to be very interactive with the person and be very hands-on about it, and not someone who's just going to be, watch me as I do an ollie and try to copy it. We don't want that, okay? That's not going to bring back the repeat business that we want. So ask them how they're going to be instructional. If they give you a good answer, if it actually absolutely knocks you out of your socks, the next thing you got to do is find out if they're able to do the appointment. So the next question is, Steven, are you available May 17th, May 27th, June 3rd, and June 10th at 10 a.m. to approximately 11 to give 4 lessons for our student named Charles? And by the way, Steven, it's going to be held at the Poway Skate Park. Are you available and able to make it to the Poway this time? Steven says, yeah. And then say, okay, Steven, great, great. By the way, Steven, the Poway skate park looks like it's about 20 miles from your house. Are you still able to do it? And the reason for saying that is, that's a person who's genuinely interested. We've qualified them. We want to bring them every bit of realness to the situation to find that they're actually real about doing the lessons. Because they might just be saying yes to be polite, to be friendly, without actually thinking it through. Because let's say we're off the phone, we book the appointment with Steven. Steven then goes home and looks at the Poway skate park. He's never been there before, or he might have been there a long time ago but forgot. And then he finds out, after he's already agreed to it, that the Poway skate park is 20 miles from his house. And then let's say he's embarrassed that he agreed to do this. He never calls us and then doesn't show up for the lesson. That comes back negatively on us. So we want to bring them every possible reason why they wouldn't do it, as well as why they would do it, in order to bring real, honest candidates, instructors to the table. So, Steven, it's 20 miles away. You'll spend, you might spend $8 in gas, but you're only going to pay $20 for this hour-long lesson. Are you sure you're okay with that? Steven says, oh yeah, absolutely. I just really want to give lessons. That's the answer you want. If they say, maybe, if they're on the fence, if they say, yeah, possibly, then throw another ball at them, okay? Throw another ball at them. Tell them another thing that's negative about it. See if that knocks them off the fence onto the other side. If it still doesn't, or maybe they say, you know what, I just want to do it, then if they're on the fence, knock them to one side or another, okay? And by the end of the conversation, you should have the definite confidence that this person is a total yes and totally going to show up for the appointment. One way to knock them to no is say that we pay through PayPal, and you don't receive your payment from the people. You receive your payment directly from us. You'll receive an email from us with a payment. You do not need a PayPal account to receive your money. To either select a check to be sent in the mail, or you'll have the option to have the money transferred into your bank account. So you'll have those two options to get your money. And then that might knock them right off the fence, and they might say no from that point on. Okay. And then if they haven't said no, he still definitely wants to do the lesson. You've indicated that he's certainly qualified to do the appointment. You've indicated that he has a genuine interest in doing the lesson. You then go through and confirm his information. Confirm his phone number. Confirm his email address. The most important thing. That's where he's going to have his money sent, and that's where we're also going to send our confirmation email. The confirmation email will include all of the information about the client in a template email, which I will provide to you. Okay? So, in the confirmation email, basically we're going to say the rate of pay. We're going to say the phone number and name of the person that he'll be meeting there. Be clear with him about when he'll be getting paid. Be clear about the exact amount that he'll be getting paid. And you can put all of that stuff, make sure it's right there, clear in the email. Then he cannot go back and say, well, you told me $20 before, but, if it's an email, it's in writing, we have that to go to. Okay. And then after we sent him the confirmation email, tell him that it's 100% mandatory that he calls in once he gets to the lesson and tells us that he's there. That he confirms that he's there, so that we know he's there and we know that he's actually shown up, and that we don't have to wonder, where's the instructor? Where's the instructor? And then we say that's mandatory to get paid, okay? It keeps us a track on who's showed up, who hasn't, and if the client calls us and say, hey, our instructor's not there, we know that the instructor's not there because we haven't gotten the call. So we can stay right on top of things. We might be able to find another instructor at the last minute if we have to, or we call the client and say we're extremely sorry, something came up, or either way we got to be right on top of things, and the best way to do that is with the confirmation calls. Okay, so that's it for this part of the video. Go ahead and turn to part 3 and we'll wrap things up.